Okay, this one is a bit more experimental because we don't have art yet. This is the next graphic novel coming out after Blood Moon Huntress. It's called Puzzle House, and it features young Soren and young Claudia.
Look at her hair.
And I'm gonna perform it with Ian and Devin. So we're gonna.
My second voice acting role, apparently.
Yes. So, I'm gonna give this to you. We are gonna start.
We don't have.
You're gonna start on page 3.
Who am
So
I
I'm gonna
playing?
start reading. Who do you want to play?
I'll be Claudia.
Okay. Devin Giel as Claudia, young Claudia, and Ian Hendry as young Soren. Scowling, Claudia pulls an empty vial. So there's no art for this. You're going to have to use your mind. Claudia pulls an empty vial from her bag. She throws it into the passage. There is a loud crash as something large and covered in spikes slams into the ground from the ceiling. We see its silhouette thanks to the light from the door at the end of the hall. Crom! The spike trap starts to recede back into the ceiling with clockwork noises. Soren and Claudia look on, aghast. Ka-chunk, tonk, 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 tonk.
Let's not go this way.
Yeah, I agree.
Claudia starts walking down the main passage, Soren keeping pace behind her. Soren glances over his shoulder at the trapped hall.
I don't think the traps down here just send you back outside. That one looked more serious.
Soren pantomimes getting smushed, while Claudia raises the lantern again to examine another one of the passages.
Scared? It
I'm not scared. I would just prefer not to get smushed.
wouldn't have smushed you. It was a spike trap. It would have just super stabbed you.
Claudia points to the drawing above the passage, which depicts a vial next to a thick book.
This one looks safe.
Claudia starts walking down the passage, Soren staying a little behind. There isn't a light at the end of the passage, but there is a rectangular outline glowing in the lantern's dark light.
Are you sure? At least the other passage had a light at the end.
And if we didn't have the lantern, that's the one we would have gone down.
We cut to a room lit by the same crystals we saw in the entrance chamber. It looks like a workshop of some sort, a little similar to the room Viren has under the castle. Someone has smashed it up. Broken vials are on the floor, surrounded by pools of weirdly colored liquid. Paper is scattered on the ground. Some of it looks burnt and charred. Near the center of the room are a few books discarded, ruined by mixing with potions and fire. At one end of the room, a door has opened, and Claudia and Soren stand there, looking in. Claudia lowers the lantern.
What happened in here?
The kids look around the space. Hesitantly venturing in, Soren carefully steps around a pool of spilled potion.
Maybe a fight? Or like a really big tantrum?
Claudia kneels by the ruined books and picks one up gingerly.
These were spell books.
Close on Soren, looking around skeptically.
I'm getting the feeling that maybe this isn't part of Kapar's surprise for us.
Both of the kids look up with wide eyes as a loud screeching sound comes from outside. In comparison to how it's up here before, the sound effects should be large and obvious. Screech! Claudia hurries to the door while Soren spins around in the room looking for the source of the sound.
What was that? Is there something down there?
I've heard it before upstairs, just not so loud.
Soren looks back toward his sister in time to see her dart through the door and back into the dark tunnels.
Hey!
Claudia stops in the main passage, holding the dark light lantern up again and looking around at the other entrances.
What are you doing?
The sound came from around here.
The sound comes again, and the kids spin towards one of the passages. Screech-chunk! We see the passage from Claudia's point of view. Illuminated by the dark light, a drawing of a unicorn rearing up on its hind legs above the entrance to the passage. It should look very similar to the inscription on the bottom of the lantern. Claudia's eyes go wide. Behind her, Soren has his hand around his sword's hilt.
Unicorns again? Kapar had a note about letting something free. Did he find a unicorn?
Do unicorns screech?
And that's the excerpt. Thank you.